After weeks of experimenting with various systems, I have finally found my YouTube workflow. This particular workflow didn't cost me much. I tried to use the things which I have already, and I have created a system which would allow me to record content like what I'm doing right now, just sitting in my chair, which means now I can create YouTube content on the go. If you're someone who is struggling with your system, then let me show you how. Creating online content has been one of my favorite things to do over the last few years. But creating content for YouTube is not as easy as creating content on LinkedIn or other written medium posts. Creating content on YouTube involves scripting, recording, editing, and then you have to take care of the additional things such as lighting, audio, quite a lot of things in place. If you are running this as a one-man show, it can be really difficult. If you want to be consistent with a new activity you are starting out, then there should be minimum friction involved in terms of executing that particular activity. Let's say if it takes around 1 hour for you to set up the recording session or the recording room alone, then definitely that's going to be driving your procrastination. So it should be as simple as possible in order to get started from shooting to publishing. And I think after 4 videos, I might have found the system that actually works for me. Let me show you how, and if you guys find it useful, then please go ahead and try it out. And by the way, if you are watching this channel for the first time, do consider subscribing. We are just 25 subscribers away from hitting those 3 digits. And also give a thumbs up to this video. So in this video, I'm going to split it into 3 parts. The first one is scripting, in which I'll talk about Notion. The second one is about recording, in which I'll talk about the tripods I use, the lighting equipment, and the audio system, of course, and the software I use in order to connect this particular system to the one which I'm recording right now. And the third part, of course, is editing, which will be about how exactly I transfer files and what is the application I use for editing. Now, I'm not going to go in depth about the products I use. I'm just going to show you. If you guys find anything interesting and if you guys want a detailed review of any of the equipments I use, please do let me know in the comments and I'll do a detailed review of the same. So the first one I want to talk to you about is Notion. Notion is kind of the one place wherein I dump all the ideas. So whenever I see a video or whenever I get some new inspiration, I'll immediately go into Notion and start dumping the idea, and that is where I manage this entire channel. As you can see, I basically have 4 options here. The first one is the master board. We just open it. So here I have 4 different areas. For example, ideas, whatever I just think about, I'll just put it there. The next one is scripting. So if I'm working on a script, for example, this one, I've been working on the script. Let me just bring it to center peak. And I would just go ahead and start adding the scripts here. If I'm done, I'll just move it quickly to the editing process. I don't have a shooting process because it doesn't make sense. I just shoot one at a time. And then once it is done, I'll move to the publish stage. So wherever I find some relevant notes or relevant videos which I need to refer for this particular topic, I would also just go ahead and add it here. So the second one is where the recording comes into play, and this is where I totally thrive on the Mac ecosystem. But before we get into that, let me start with the basics first. So firstly, I have a simple incandescent light on top of me. It is an LED light and it has 3 modes. It can just switch between 3 different colors. And I also have an additional light on my left side, which sometimes I cover with a tissue paper just to get that soft light effect. And once again, it is also color adjustable. I kind of use this yellowish tone, which complements the background light which I have, which is also LED and it is color adjustable as well. In addition to that, I have 2 tripods, one onto my left. So I kind of switch between 2 angles. So this is the first video I'm actually shooting from here. Usually it's going to be in this way, and you can see some of my previous videos wherein I would be talking from this particular angle as well. So this is an Amazon Basics tripod. So all the links, you can just find them in the description. Go ahead and check it out. And there is the second tripod in which I have mounted my iPhone right now, which is also my primary recording device. And once I connect the iPhone, I can actually view it in my watch. Not sure if you can see it. So the watch helps me to adjust the frame and see if I'm actually in the right frame. I'm not even sure if I'm in the right frame. But yes, I use the watch in order to start and stop recording. And it is actually placed on the monitor arm, which is not the ideal way, but it sort of works and it goes. So that's with the recording setup. And the next one is audio. So for audio, I use 2 things. The first one is this microphone. It is the fifine something microphone. I also have done a very short review 2 years back when I bought this. It's been 2 years I've been using this. I bought this for my calls, but it's been really good. So I record my audio through this device, the condenser. Is it shown? Yeah, I think now it is shown. So I record through this particular device, and I use Audacity, which is an open source tool, and whatever that goes from here gets recorded in Audacity, and quickly I can remove all the noise which would be covered and then blend it with the video. Once I finish recording, we'll move on to the editing part, wherein there is one more device which I need to show you, which is called Pibox. That has been a life changer, seriously. That one junction box, or it's the equivalent of the CalDigit C port connect, and that actually helps me to connect the mic input, and there are a few other things like the monitor, the laptop. It just puts all these things together into one place. So that's again a nice purchase which connects all these devices as well. Once I'm done with this, let's move into the third part, which is editing. So before I get into editing, I use AirDrop in order to drop all these files into my Mac, and from Audacity I can just export the audio separately. So the video file, audio file, they both go over into my editing app, and right now I'm using this application called Filmora from Wondershare. I've been using it for almost last 5-6 years. I've seen multiple versions. It's a very handy app. It's very simple. That's the best way I can explain it. So if you're someone who is stuck between Premiere Pro, Final Cut Pro versus something which is very basic, then I would actually suggest you to try this. It's pretty simple, and you can actually get it for a one-time purchase as well. So once I get into that, I'll quickly edit it. I just place my phone there. I'll check for my watch to see if the angle is right. I'll open Audacity, and I'll just start recording the audio, start recording the video. Once I'm done, I'm just going to export the file and start editing in Filmora. Occasionally, I'm also thinking of outsourcing this to an editor, and if that is the case, I'll upload all these files to OneDrive and then use OneDrive in order to share it with my editor, and we use that to collaborate between both of us. Oh, one more thing. Of all these things, the most important thing I want to talk to you about is the background. So whenever you're placing your work desk, I would say take your time and find a proper background, because that's going to help you a lot. So from here, if I place the camera on this side, or even straight, the background is all set. So that actually helps me to get started right away. If you have a background at some other place, then obviously you have to move. So my suggestion is choose a nice location wherein you would have a decent background. Invest some money in order to paint the background, add some elements. Right now the wall is plain, I need to still do that, but still, if you guys have a plain background or a plain wall, and if you have space between the wall and your chair, it's going to add some nice effect as well. So choose the right place and just connect the gadgets which you have. Just start recording. That's pretty much it. Like I said, if you guys found this useful, go ahead and hit that like button and the subscribe button, and see you guys in the next video. By the way, if you guys want to check out any of the products I've mentioned here, you can check out the description. And if you guys want any detailed review of the monitor, desk, this is a standing desk, by the way, so which allows me to adjust the height, so you can see how exactly that works. So if you guys want any detailed review of any of the products which you have seen so far, just let me know, and I'd be happy to do a detailed video of the same as well. See you guys in the next video. Cheers, take care, and bye-bye.